Hi there and welcome to Yoga Viva's Simple Yoga for Back Pain Relief video. The practices that we're going to work on will help to increase your flexibility, to increase your strength, reduce pain and let go of tension by teaching you how to relax deeply. So it's most important when we start off practicing to release and relieve tight and tense muscles in the spine. So we're going to lie down onto the mat to start off with. We'll lie down onto a soft floor with whatever padding you need beneath you. Try and allow your chin to tuck in towards your chest and just keep your knees bent for now so the soles of the feet stay onto the mat. I'm going to use a chair and just slide the chair beneath your feet. So if you draw your knees in towards the chest and then place the chair down onto the ground so that your knees are pretty much above your hips. We can always invite the chair in a little bit more, adjust it in or out if you need to, and just spread your feet through the back of the chair if you need to release your spine. How does that feel? I want to try and keep the chin tucking forwards so that the back of the neck is long. And if your chin tends to rise up, so the muscles in the back of the neck or the shoulders are tight, then we can take either a yoga block if you have one, or a cushion, or maybe a couple of DVDs, and just put that underneath your head so as to encourage the back of the neck to relax down. I want to just roll the arms out to the sides. So the palms of the hands tend to face upwards. So the arms are just a few inches away from the sides of the body so that the armpits feel open. And this will help to release the muscles in the shoulders. Close your eyes, let the spine relax, and feel how the hips and the pelvis sink right the way down towards the floor. So we're going to feel how the hips just drop all the way down towards the ground. So the muscles in the hips are supported and can release right the way downwards towards the mat below. Feel too how your shoulders can settle all the way down into the mat. So you can let go of any effort, any carrying, any holding or any grasping in your shoulders. Soften the chest, soften the neck, soften the jaw and the throat and the skin on the face, and relax the skin around your eyes. And feel that as you breathe, you send your breath way down into the belly. And just allow yourself to relax and to release a little bit more deeply each time the breath moves out. I'm going to stay here for any time between, say, 1 to 5 minutes, feeling that with each exhalation, you can allow your back to sink a little bit more deeply, all the way downwards towards the ground below. You can feel how the curves and the valleys of the spine slowly begin to release their way right down towards the floor beneath. You let go of any effort, of any pressure, of any inner conflict each time you breathe out. Allowing the lumbar spine in particular to drop towards the ground below. Keeping the throat soft, back of the neck long. Going to take 10 or 12 really long and really deep breaths here. Feel that you can make the most of your breaths without any force. Breathe way down into the belly. Let the belly expand as the breath moves in. Let the belly soften as the breath moves out. So that you can slow your breathing right down. As you take your last few breaths, just be aware as to how your body feels. Noticing if you can let go a little bit more deeply into the out breath. In your own pace. Just going to slowly adjust your legs. So we'll bring the soles of the feet just up onto the seat of the chair. Mind your feet as you bring them in. I'm going to move the chair out of the way. If you're practicing for yourself, you'll need to roll over onto one side. Slowly come up to sitting and adjust the chair out. And then come back down to resting into what's known as a semi-supine position, which is lying on your back with your knees bent and the soles of the feet flat onto the floor. Either you can keep the legs as they are. If you want to relax a little bit more deeply, if you've got a yoga bolster, you can slide the bolster beneath your legs. If you haven't, then maybe a few cushions, maybe a few pillows rolled up in an exercise mat can work instead. I'm going to slide the bolster, the cushions beneath your knees, and then just release the knees down onto the cushions themselves. So the knees and the backs of the thighs are supported. Try and let the toes relax out towards the sides, so you can soften the knees, soften the ankles, soften the soles of the feet, and again deepen your breath all the way down into the belly. Feel how the belly rises as the breath moves in. Feel how the belly softens as the breath moves out. Keep your chin tucking in towards the chest. Keep the back of the neck long. Keep the shoulders soft, the elbows and the wrists relaxed. If you've brought your knees down onto a cushion, but you feel as though you're arching your lower back a little bit too much, you can always again bring the soles of the feet up onto the floor and work at that slightly deeper angle so that we can flatten the pelvis and the lower spine down towards the ground. So keeping the chin tucking in, keeping the hips and the pelvis just releasing towards the ground below. Again, let's find 10 or 12 really long and really deep breaths here. Let go into the exhale and feel how much more you can release the weight of the body all the way downwards towards the mat beneath. Feel how much more you can soften the base of the spine and the back of the spine all the way down towards the ground. And that you can let go of any holding or any grasping from deep within the body as the breath moves out. Let the whole of the belly expand and release as you're breathing. Take your time over your breath. Really connect to the flow of inhale and exhale. When you're ready, I'm going to take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, if you haven't already done so, bring the soles of the feet flat down onto the floor once more. Roll your cushion out of the way if you've been using one, and just walk your feet in so that your heels rest beneath your knees. So the knees point up towards the ceiling, the heels settle down below the knees. I'm going to find another deep inhalation, and as you breathe out, stretch the right leg up towards the ceiling and extend the right heel out and away. Take a long stretch with that right leg all the way up towards the sky. Keep the shoulders soft. Stay with your breath. And if you need to, reach for a belt or a strap, either a yoga one if you have one, or just a regular belt or tie, so that you can support your leg with your hands. Let the base of the spine sink towards the mat below and feel that stretch through the hamstring, through the calf and through the back of the right leg itself. Just check you're not tensing the shoulders, so you can wrap the strap around the knuckles of the hands, which will help to give you a little bit more leverage through the hands. Keep that leg strongly pressing away, but keep the shoulders soft and relaxing down towards the ground and the chin tucking in towards the chest as you breathe. 4 or 5 long, full and deep breaths here, all the way down into the belly. Then let the belly rise as you breathe in. Let the belly soften as you breathe out. And as you're breathing, try to let go of any tension through the back of the right leg. So on an inhale, as you breathe into the belly, try and send that breath towards the resistance through the back of the leg itself. As you breathe out, let it relax and soften a little bit more. You may find that you can invite it up a little bit closer towards you as the breath releases. But go with what feels comfortable with your body. Check for any signs of tension or tightness anywhere else. So there's no holding in the face, no frowning, no clenching the jaw. Deepen your breathing. And really use the breath to open the back of that right leg. Slowly inhale, lengthen the exhale. Take your time as the breath moves in and as the breath moves out. Probably bring the hands a little closer up and in. So we'll take 2 or 3 long and deep breaths here. Making the most of the breath. And then from here, as you breathe out, soften the right knee and bring the sole of the right foot all the way down onto the ground beneath. Great, let the sole of the right foot just relax. So we'll unhook the belt, unhook the strap. Let's do the same on the other side. So make sure the heels are beneath the knees. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to lift the left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Let that left heel extend up and away. So stretching that left leg all the way up towards the sky. Great. Again, let's use the strap to give you some extra support if you need it. Wrap the strap around the knuckles of the hands so you can really work down through that strap. Keep the hips and keep the pelvis and the base of the spine heavy towards the ground below, so anchored towards the floor. Keep the chin tucking in towards the chest, keep the shoulders soft, and really power away from the centre of the left hip all the way up towards the centre of the left heel. Maybe feel that you can suck the top of that left thigh in a little bit closer towards the back of the left thigh. Keep that left heel in dorsiflexion, so the centre of the heel stretching away, the ball of the foot moving in towards you. And again, we'll take 10 or 12 long and deep breaths here. So slow the breathing, relax into the exhale, and you may find that you can encourage that foot in a little bit closer towards you. Don't pull it, don't force it, just go with what's comfortable for your body. The more you practice, the more these muscles will begin to open and the more they'll begin to release and to relax. You may find already that one leg is slightly tighter than the other, or that you can feel it in a different place. So you might feel it at the back of one thigh, but maybe at the back of the other calf. So over time you begin to stretch out and to lengthen these muscles that you can feel working. And this helps to release and relieve pressure in the lower back. Often tight hamstrings pull the back of the pelvis down, which leads to a restriction at the back of the spine. So 3 or 4 long, full, and really deep breaths. Relax into the exhale. Use the breath to release a little bit more fully as the breath moves out. So the key to relaxation is that exhalation. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowing the breath. next natural exhale, slowly bend the left knee, soften the left leg, and bring the sole of the left foot all the way down onto the floor, right? And just allow that left foot to relax. You can unhook the strap and just notice for a couple of moments how your body feels. So let the spine sink all the way downwards towards the floor. Let the back of the body release and relax. And from here, as you allow the spine to release, check that your toes are pointing straight forwards. Check that your heels are beneath your knees and that your feet are about hip width apart. And keep your chin tucking in towards the chest. Keep the back of the neck long. So check that your heels are beneath your knees. Check that your feet are about hip width apart and that your toes are pointing forwards and that your chin is tucking in towards your chest. Let the palms of the hands turn to face downwards. So release the palms of the hands down towards the floor. And then as you breathe in, slowly begin to peel your lower back up from the mat beneath. So we want to just lift your lower spine all the way up from the floor, as though we're trying to draw your pubic bone all the way up towards your breastbone. So we're curling the back of the spine to lift it as high as feels comfortable for you. Keep your chin tucking in, keep the back of the neck long, keep the shoulders heavy and releasing down towards the ground, and make sure that your knees are pointing forwards and that you remember to breathe whilst you're lifting your back. When you're ready, as you breathe out, slowly and carefully lay the back of the spine all the way down onto the floor. Try and release one vertebrae after another at a time. On your next inhale once more, you can peel the back up from the ground, keeping your chin tucking in towards your chest. As you lift the pubic bone, curl it up towards the breastbone, lift the chest up towards the chin, keep the shoulders heavy towards the ground beneath. Knees pointing forwards, face, throat, neck relaxed, deepening your breathing. And when you're ready, slow the movement right down as you put one vertebrae after another at a time, all the way down into the mat beneath. Carefully release the spine and the lower back into the floor. I'm going to work through that same movement 3 or 4 more times with your breath. Keep the back of the neck nice and long, keep the shoulders soft. Inhale, peel the back up from the ground. Stay with your breathing. Feel that you can relax any gripping in the buttocks. So it's the tops of the thighs that are supporting you, the back of the spine that's supporting you. And when you're ready, as you breathe out, again slowly and carefully let go one vertebrae after another, like a string of pearls, just releasing one at a time all the way down into the mat beneath. And this just helps to decompress all the spongy discs in between the vertebrae. It helps to strengthen the muscles in the back and to a certain extent the muscles in the abdomen. It helps to strengthen the tops of the thighs and helps to increase a greater curvature and range of movement through the spine itself. The more you practice, the more control you'll have over the muscles on the back, and the more flexibility and strength you'll start to build into your spine. And take that same action once more. So breathing in, peeling the back of the body up from the ground. Check you're not tensing your jaw, that the skin around the eyes is soft, face is nice and relaxed. And then slowly and carefully ease your back, one vertebrae after another at a time, all the way down towards the ground beneath. Keep it a slow movement. Try and let go as much as possible and flatten that lumbar curve as the bony basin of the pelvis settles down towards the ground below. Great, so a couple of long and deep breaths here. Breathe into the belly, be aware as to how your body feels. Let go of any residual tension you might be carrying. Try and soften your spine towards the mat below each time you breathe out. Slow your breath. we're going to take a deep breath in and deep exhalation. Find another deep inhale and a long exhale. Take another deep inhale, and as you breathe out this time, slowly hug both of your knees in towards your chest. Gently ease the thighs in towards the belly. Bring the hands onto the tops of the knees or into the tops of the shins. Again, keep the back of the neck long, keep the chin falling forwards. Soften the lower back down towards the ground. So maybe that you can rock from one side to another just to release and to relieve any tension in the lower back itself. So massage the base of the spine all the way out towards the mat. Be aware of your body, be aware of any areas that need a little bit of extra TLC, a little bit of extra tension as you move. Being aware of any areas of stiffness, of injury, of tension or of resistance. There's a large bundle of nerves at the base of the spine, which is the sacral plexus. It's just beneath the sacrum and the flat bone in the lower back. And it's this area that you want to ease down into the floor. So you can take some small circles with your knees, you can roll from one side to another, you can just move the head a little bit from one side to the next if you need to. Just feel that you can free up, roll the shoulders a little if you prefer, just try and free up any areas of resistance through your back. Make sure you work equally from one side to another, so take those same movements to each side. And then in your own time, when you're ready, ever so slowly, just ease your way over onto one side. And in your own pace, you can slowly come up to sitting.